Today, history is screaming this warning at us that no government has ever spent and borrowed and taxed its way to prosperity, but many, many governments have taxed and borrowed and spent their way to economic ruin and to bankruptcy.
California!
And history warns us that countries that bankrupt themselves aren't around very long.
Thousands of Californians from all walks of life, farmers, ranchers, loggers, truckers, manufacturers, and laborers converged on the state capitol on August 28 to launch the Tea Party Express nationwide tour. This was no phony AstroTurf gathering, as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi charges, but a genuine grassroots assembly of real people with real concerns.
We did not fight to let this become a socialist country.
While the people gathering here represented a variety of issues, a common theme was alarm and outrage over government gone wild, with out-of-control spending, borrowing, taxing, and regulation.
Here today, there are miners, there are loggers, there are farmers. Let me hear you. There are those who are in dairy, those who own small businesses, those who own big businesses, right? Taxpayers, citizens, and put it back in a box.
Thank you much, Sacramento. Thank you, California.
Okay, you ready? Okay, my name is Mark Meckler, and I'm the National Coordinator for the Tea Party Patriots. I'm also the organizer of the Sacramento Tea Party here on August 28th, and what we're doing here today is we're bringing out the productive people of California, the farmers, the loggers, the miners, the construction workers, the truckers, every other person who works hard and pays their taxes in California. We're coming together to say it's time to get government off our backs, off the backs of productive citizens. They've taxed us to death, they've regulated industries out of existence, and even at a time when we're suffering from a severe recession, they're inside the State House building trying to pass more laws and more regulations to tell us what we can and cannot do. We're here to tell the government that things are the same as they've always been. Government has never been the solution. Government is the problem. Government has never created wealth, jobs, and prosperity. Only private people can do that. We want the government to get off the backs of private citizens here in California and all across the nation, set us free, let us do what we know how to do, let us create the wealth, jobs, and prosperity for our fellow citizens. We know we can do it. They just need to leave us alone. Really, one of the main issues is a bill called AB 32, the Global Warming Solutions Act, and it's enabled a non-supervised board called CARB, the California Air Resources Board, unelected, unaccountable, to mandate rules across every industry in California. And those rules are literally shutting down trucking, shutting down mining, shutting down construction, regulating people out of business. Additionally, we're facing at the federal level the Endangered Species Act being used as an excuse, being used with bogus science to shut down farming in the Central Valley, to be shut down logging in our mountains, to shut down mining. All these are government tools being used to do the same thing here in California. That's drive industry out, and we've had enough of it.
Tim, thank you for the thoughts very much.
Yeah, I'm Tim Robinson with Robinson Enterprises in Nevada City, California. My grandfather started this company 61 years ago, and he's worked hard to produce a company that is very well diversified, but the regulations that have come along right now are about to shut us down. We have 5 rules that we're living under. Air quality rules specifically that are, I believe, are the #1 thing that is going to shut our company down in the near future.
The explosive growth of government spending and the government takeover of vast sectors of the American economy have alarmed millions of Americans. Folks who have previously been mere bystanders are now getting involved to reverse this disastrous course. The 35-city Tea Party Express Tour, which began in Sacramento, will wind up with the Taxpayer March on Washington, D.C. on September 12th.
The anything we touch, anything we buy in the store, anything we eat is all moved on trucks. And what's happening is you look from end to end, the government is regulating, taxing, and crushing the system. The farmers can't produce because the water's shut off. That means we're importing food from far away. The prices are going up. The food is less safe. We put what food is left on a truck. The truckers are being regulated out of business. Trucking rates go up. Fuel rates are going up, and we're all paying more for those foods right there at the market. So it not only affects people who are in business for themselves, it affects every citizen. And contrary to what they'll tell you inside, it affects poor people and poor working people the worst.
Look at those tractors out there. The farmers came from the Central Valley to send the people in this building a message. And the message is really simple. It amazes me that we need to say this message. Turn on the water!
What a wonderful country. Oh yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful country. I love you, folks. God bless you. Keep fighting for America.
I hope that the people listen, and I hope that some changes come from today.
Well, I come from Bolivia, and there the manifestations of protests are galore, and what the government does is just to use force, plain force, to keep the honest crowds that look for peace, for freedom, to stop them. It is absolutely pitiful, and I am so very proud to be in this rally. I'm so glad to do it because I come from a country where dictatorship is the password. And I cannot stand it. I don't want my grandchildren to live under those circumstances. Thank you.
Themselves from the healthcare industry. Let the free market prevail. Let individual responsibility take over, and at the same time allow for more competition among the private insurance companies. And when that happens, you'll see insurance rates drop. You'll also see the competition for the consumer, even at the hospital level, increase, which also will lower the prices to the patients and to the consumers. So the government really just needs to get out of the healthcare industry altogether.
Congress has voted every year and made new laws, and each year they have taken a little bit of freedom away from us. Now that was 70 years ago, and you see what has happened today. I'm glad to see that people are waking up and getting together in meetings just like this all over the United States. And let's keep it up until we get back to the freedoms that we had at the end of World War II.
Excellent. Well, I wasn't a Marine. I was a corpsman I was a Navy corpsman with the 5th Marine Division at Ewo.
And the Constitution means a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. The country is turned right upside down because during World War II, everybody was involved in patriotism. I don't care if you was in the military or out of the military. So we wouldn't have the country now if people wasn't involved like they was during World War II. And I just got to keep doing what I have to do till the good Lord takes me home.